Hey guys, welcome back to a new Boom Beach video. I am here on my level 73 account, and today we're gonna... Dang it, I did not mean to just collect that boat. That is a bad way to start out the video. Let's just do an upgrade, I guess. Let's do a few big upgrades. Why don't we? That's not the way I wanted this to start out. Dang it. I was saving that boat, guys, for when we get a new update. Okay, now I'm all frazzled. Today we're going to be testing every troop, every viable troop with the Bombardiers to see what the best troop to bring with Bombardiers is. We have a controlled base, so it's going to be the same base for all of these attacks. I tried to find a hammerman base that was not impossible, that some combinations would lose at, and that kind of resembles a player base, but it's pretty hard. So obviously this doesn't resemble a player base at all, but let's try it out. So I'm going to be using the best hero I think is the best for each of these. I'm going to be doing the combination as well as you would if you actually have, or if you're actually using this combination inside of the game. So for riflemen, that is spacing your riflemen out boat by boat, having your bombardiers come afterward. This way we have a constant line of riflemen walking up the beach to tank for my bombardiers. We'll activate my hero. I think I'll probably lose my hero here. I didn't, which is super clutch. As soon as I get off the beach a little bit, I feel like it's going to go a little bit better, and I just lost my hero. That's actually probably the worst thing that could have happened. Let's just get a bunch of shocks out. It's all going to be about which troop is able to deal the most amount of damage to the base. I don't know if any of these combinations is going to be able to actually finish the base off, but who knows? Maybe we will. I dropped that shock a little bit late. We'll take down some of these buildings to rack up a few more points for the riflemen, and the riflemen and bombardiers dealt a chunk of damage. Look at that. That's beautiful. So pretty much all of the boom cannons, or half of the boom cannons, and so on. So remember that. Now we're going to jump over to my favorite troop to use with the bombardiers, and that is the heavies. And it's actually the same hero to bring with the heavies as you would with the riflemen. Now for heavies, it's a little bit different. I actually like spreading out my bombardiers and heavies a little bit. That way they're not all clumped up and they don't all die at the same time. Getting some critters down to just clear mass amounts of mines, I feel like that's pretty important. The big thing for heavies though is keeping my hero alive, and my hero just being so freaking stupid ended up dying immediately. That is not a good look for the heavies. I think the only way we're gonna make progress is if we just shock the boom cannons now, and also the shock launchers. I'm actually surprised. Now from this test, I wouldn't say that the riflemen are better than the heavies, but it does seem like they have a considerable advantage when the beach is really, really hot. And a hot beach means there's a lot of defenses hitting the beach. So yeah, that honestly did not go as well as I thought it would. Clearly worse than the riflemen, but I guess now we'll move on to the next troop. Again, I want to do viable troops. So obviously you wouldn't bring zookas with grenadiers. Obviously you wouldn't, or bombardiers. Obviously you wouldn't bring warriors with them. But I do kind of want to try the zookas because, you know what? Maybe they'll surprise me. If I grab zookas and then also grab bullet energy drink, I might be able to make a dent into this base. Who knows? Maybe pass up what the riflemen have done, or the heavies, at least the heavies. That was a bad attack just because my hero died so soon. That's honestly a tragedy. So being a little smarter here, taking down mines before I drop all my troops. I don't know if that made a difference on any of these attacks. The purpose of this though is simply to have my hero tank everything, to drop shocks on the shock launchers, to have my hero tank all of the damage so that my zookas stay alive. But I mean, you can clearly see that my zookas are getting fried no matter what. They stand too close to the action. The bombardiers stand very far back, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that this is not the right move when you're trying to bring bombardiers. Yeah, definitely get a different troop up in here. I mean, we dealt a lot of damage to this base. I think honestly more than the riflemen and bombardiers. And I don't know if that's because I just landed my troops better or what was it, but I mean, we did a lot better with the zookas. Now, I would still say that the riflemen and the heavies are better than the zookas, but I mean, the test says otherwise, but I would have to say from experience, zookas plus bombardiers is not a troop combination you want to use. So yeah, back to a normal combination. I actually don't think this combination will fare too well anyway, or as well. Simply because, I mean, tanks are good. A lot of people bring tanks and bombardiers, so it's a pretty common combination. But they stand pretty close in distance when they're attacking targets. I mean, there's a little gap between them, but it's still pretty, or they still stand pretty close. So the bombardiers movement might overlap with the tanks, and you might lose some bombardiers on some failed shock or something. So that's why I probably wouldn't bring this. But honestly, this combination might fare the best against this base, simply because of all the rocket launchers in the back and all the shock launchers. My tanks are clearly going to stay alive much longer than the riflemen did, but now they're all getting shocked, and my combination or my attack is going to start fizzling out here. The tanks can't really move up. They're just getting fried. It looks like I really don't want the zookas to win this, but it's starting to look like the zookas might end up pulling a win here. I think the zookas dealt more damage than the tanks. That is super interesting. Not something I expected. I feel like they were pretty comparable, but clearly it doesn't work out. We're not going to bring the medics. I just don't think that's a good meta. But now is the grenadiers, and I still think energy drink is the best hero ability to bring with this combination. So we'll get a couple barrages down, just clearing the beach, clearing all these ugly mines in front. We'll get my hero down. I'm gonna try going from the side a little bit more, because I think this combination especially, we need to clump up, we need to stay behind my hero. No other offensive troops can take the damage, because these two troops stand pretty close to each other. So I really need them both to be behind my hero, well behind my hero. Got a couple shocks down. I'm a little bit worried about my hero dying. That's why I just wanted to make sure I could get the energy drink off. Honestly, going pretty well, I would have to say. Yeah, I mean, it's not going too badly. I think still the issue is going to be the rocket launchers in the back. I mean, my hero is going to die out pretty soon, and I'm just going to get fried by these rocket launchers. And if you look at my bombardiers, I've lost about half my bombardiers. That's like the worst thing ever. Those are my main damage dealing troops. And the fact that my grenadiers, or the fact that my bombardiers are all dead is really, really bad. It's really bad. But I would have to say that that combination clearly did better than any of them so far. The zookas are wiped off the chart. Now, for high level bases that have a lot of HP, I still think the riflemen and heavies is the move. But clearly we're seeing that for bases that have defenses super clumped together, the grenadiers might be a good option. So we're going to go with the scorchers, but I also, at the end of this, I'm going to go back and attack again with the heavies. I feel like I gave them an unfair advantage because, one, I didn't know how to clear the mines on this base in the most efficient way. I didn't think the mines would really be an issue, and oh, that was such a bad shock. I really needed to shock the bombardiers. And two, I feel like the hero dying at the beginning really screwed them over. So I do have a hero this battle somewhere in there. There he is. That would be kind of nice. Once all my scorchers die, I'll be able to activate my hero and have him tank some stuff for me. But I'm just gonna shock the boom cannons. I think that's the biggest threat right now. My troops are kind of splitting, which might be good, honestly. I think my bombardiers in the middle might be able to get some serious damage off on this base. Yeah, I mean, it's going pretty well, I have to say. My scorcher on this side is tanking. He's about to die though, so I have a shock ready to get that shock down. I have a ton of bombardiers hitting the core. We are gonna beat this. Finally, able to beat a base. So what went well that attack is my troops split. I had an extra scorcher boat I landed at the end that tanked on the left hand side. My hero tanked on the right hand side. My bombardiers just went up the middle and just dealt some serious damage. So good job to the scorchers. Now we're gonna go back, we're gonna load up the heavies, and we're gonna grab Dr. Kavan, which is the better hero with this ability, and we'll try this again. So I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm hoping they perform a little bit better than they did last time with the mines taken out, and I'm going to drop my hero later in the battle once my troops are off the beach, just so I don't lose my hero again. I feel like that really screwed over this combination. So I'll wait a couple seconds, wait for my heavies to get in front, wait for my bombardiers to be dealing some consistent damage. We'll get my hero down on this left-hand side. And I'm really hoping, really hoping that I'm able to take down this base. Okay, we're gonna drop some shocks. I'm gonna lose these top here, or these top bombardiers. Okay, shock the other group. I need my heavies to get in front of my troops, otherwise I'm gonna lose my hero to the exact same thing as last time. That sucks, that really sucks. Gonna flare to the middle to get my heavies in front of all of my troops. I don't know if that's the move. We'll see, we'll see. My hero is in the middle of the base, though. Walking around. Okay, he died. I kind of expected that. Yeah, I mean, this is not going well. Clearly, this is an abnormal base. With all these defenses and shock launchers. I guess a ton of boom cannons hurt heavies. Who knew that? But I hope you enjoyed this video. You've seen a lot of content. I'll let you decide which troop the best is to bring with the bombardiers. And do you think my tests were accurate? But I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.